Not only are you feeding our district and our state, you feed the nation. Farmers feed our nation in the world. And that secure food supply chain that you're providing to us, and we can't thank you enough. Well, good morning, everyone. Congressman Pete Stauber here. I am just east of the city of Hinckley at the Roger Nelson family farm. I'm here with Roger and his son John. And you know what, we talked about how diverse our 8th Congressional District is, and farming is an extremely important part of it. And Roger, why don't you tell us a little bit about your farm, and then I've got some questions afterwards.
Sure. Well, this was a second generation farm, hopefully a third generation we're looking at. And right now, it's a farm that's in transition. Originally with my dad, it was milk cows, and moved into beef cattle, and now we've transitioned to more crops and a feedlot, beef cattle feedlot, and I'm looking to transition to Jonathan here someday in the future. So,
well, let me ask you about that. So, you're the second generation. What does it mean to you that your son Jonathan is going to take this over? It's going to be that next generation. What does it mean to you?
Well, this is really where I was born, on this farm here, and grew up. I wasn't here all my life. Came back to the farm when my dad retired, but so I've grown up here. This is my life, yeah. And you're really tied to the land as a family, yeah. And so hopefully that it'll carry on to Jonathan, but there's no guarantees,
yeah. So Jonathan, you graduated, you graduated from the University of Minnesota. Mm-hmm. You're about to take over this farm, being that third generation of the Nelson family, that pride in farming. What are you looking forward to? What does it mean to you?
I guess carrying on the family tradition is a big part of it. My grandpa, he started and put a lot of work into it, and then my dad too. They spent their whole lives improving the land and trying to building a better future for me, and so just carrying that on, and hopefully when I have kids that they'll continue
the fourth generation.
Exactly.
Yeah. We know that the farmers are the best stewards of our land, and we appreciate what you do. And I talked to you earlier. Not only are you feeding our district and our state, you feed the nation. Farmers feed our nation in the world, and that secure food supply chain that you're providing to us, and we can't thank you enough. Let's talk about, like right now we're going through COVID-19. Tell us how it has affected the farm.
Well, certainly from our aspect with raising cattle and having beef cattle that are ready to market, the whole COVID impact has, people read about in the news. They see in the grocery store that there's no beef on the shelves, or the price is really high, and it really is because of a bottleneck in the processing. There's plenty of beef out in the countryside, but we can't get it to the consumer because of this big bottleneck, and it's really as high as the prices have gone in the store. It's gone that low for us producers, and we just, you see about how people have to just give away their hogs, and we're not quite in that position as with beef cattle, but we certainly have sustained some pretty major losses with our. Yeah. So it's forced us to sort of reinvent how we market our cattle, and that's another whole thing of this transition. We're now doing direct marketing to consumers.
You're doing what you need to do to survive.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think that it's really been tough on you. And I just, from our standpoint as members of Congress, we understand the importance of farming. I mean, you look at the Minnesota's 8th Congressional District, and farming is extremely important. It's been an important part of it, and will continue to be an important part, not only of the district, but the state. Just any final thoughts on that you can give us? If you could give me one sentence, Jonathan, tell me as you transition. Tell me your heartfelt comments about taking over the farm soon. Tell me what it means to you.
Yep. So I guess something I've really enjoyed is learning how to do a better job farming, whether it's making the cattle, producing better cattle, or just improving the soil health. And so that's something that I have a passion for.
You are the best stewards of our land. You just said it, you know. So, well, I think that the legislation that we want to put forward comes from good ideas and suggestions from those farmers across the great state of Minnesota and this entire nation. I guess so. With that being said, I want to thank you both for being part of our farming community, our food security, and the hard work that you do. And as I said earlier, you not only feed our area, state of Minnesota, and this country, you feed the world. And it's just a pleasure to be here on the Roger Nelson Family Farm. Jonathan, I look forward to you taking over, becoming a successful farmer, because we need successful farming. And so with that, I want to thank you both for being here and allowing us to come on this beautiful farm this morning.
Well, thanks. We're really glad to have you out and to show you, what's happening in our small corner of the world.
That's great. Thanks.